Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. And welcome to 1111 True Crime. Hello, C.A. Bev Borden and Deborah Martina Lewis. Hi, everyone. Let's make sure you can hear me. Robin Henson, hello. We have a lot to talk about today. Hey, Storm Dancer and Jenny and Jilly Lane. Hello, Buttercup. Hi, Debbie. Lucy Luhu. Hello, Virgo22. Good to see you all. So, I fell into the rabbit hole even further. And so I'm going to continue to take you along the rabbit hole I'm falling into because I'm starting to connect the dots. Hi, Jay Stewart, Dana Lynn, Dreamweaver. Hello, everyone. I was looking at Adam, his picture, and I was thinking, I told Adam everything, what Maddie said. We all know. And I was like, well, what is his thing? Well, what is his main connection? So I thought, well, I better Google it, because I just don't know a lot of the times if what people tell me is true. So let's get the thumbnail up. And immediately what came up was Beta Theta Pi. All right. So March 7th of 2023, he was their senior spotlight. And it goes on to talk about his bachelor's degree. He has a BS. Maybe that's not a bachelor's. I think that's a bachelor's. In exercise science. I'm like, all right. So he's a Maine athlete. Okay. Says, after graduation, this is his quote, I will be moving to Florida. Now, keep in mind, this is well after the murders. We're in March of 2023. After graduation, I will be moving to Florida to obtain my commercial pilot license. I'm excited to see what opportunities the program has to offer. This will allow me to travel the world while meeting new people and making great memories. Now, Adam served as a recruitment chairman, a brotherhood chairman, an intern for Idaho's strength and conditioning program. That sounds interesting. And is a member of the sports management club. All right. So when I think of sports management, I'm like, oh, okay. So he works for coaches and stuff like that, right? Well, he does have a big basketball history. You can check it out yourself. Let's see what he says here. He says, Beta has given me friendships and opportunities that will last after my college years. It has changed my life for the better, which I will forever be grateful. Exercise science, right? Let's go back. Okay. Look at these eyebrows. Am I the only one that's like, whoa, dude? If we were literally going to be talking about eyebrows, look at these eyebrows. I'm just saying. So I was like, man, that's so weird that he has those eyebrows. What else is there out there? I remember also there being something about the masks, and they thought it could be Adam. And I was like, what about the mask? And this popped up. So we're back at this archive for Plebs Organization. Now I've highlighted a few things in here. So this is going to get wild. Ugh, 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 ugh. I don't know how I'm going to fit all this content in the small amount of time I have. So we're going to save our chat for after I get done with this as much as I can, okay? Yes, you guys see them, Deborah? All right. He's also got big lips, right? Let's look at this. And this says, Idaho murderer posted on Snap. Now, this post is dated December 4th, 2022. So it would have been about 20 days after the murder. Little about 3 weeks after the murder. Okay? I'm not going to bore you with all these really, really nasty posts about racial comments and slurs, because people are stereotyping this individual as either African American, black, or Asian, and they're putting a lot. I've never seen so much racial crap in my life. So that told me that this is coming from a racial background culture is responding to this post, because it was over 70% was very slang I can't share. All right, but this post, look at this. Let's see if I can scroll this up a little bit so you can see it. Look at this. This post is by Sage. Again, it's about 3 weeks after the murders of the IDAHO4. And it says, a guy I know on the inside. Now everything here, this is somebody's post. They could have made this crap up. But it's 3 weeks after the murder. There's no such thing as a Brian Kohlberger. Nobody knows any of that crap when this is posted. And it says, and it's so ironic because it's what I believe is true. Here it is. Sage says, a guy I know on the inside told me the other day. They know who the killer is, but his parents are connected to someone, so they won't arrest him. They're looking for a patsy. Right? And I'm like, whoa. The things I find out, right? So then I was looking at this and I was like, where is this person, right? So I was looking at this and I'm like, that's so weird. I want to know more about this mask picture. So I Googled it and I'm like, whoa. Let's see if we can make it bigger. All right. I'm looking at it and I'm like, let's make it a little bigger. I started noticing something. All right. It's got time on it of 3:28. All right. Let's go back over. I have a reason. Stay with me. You guys, I know you're not going to really believe me at first, but this may be a girl. And I was like, this is a slanty-eyed look of DM. She has these this is like with no makeup, and she's got that masculine feel anyway. And I was looking at this slanty eye. And then I was looking at the big lips. I was like, wow, she has those kind of lips. So let's go back down. And I was looking around the rest of it. And I'm like, okay, so there's a ceiling fan, there's white molding. This could be a bottom level of an apartment or something. It's got a wooden ceiling. And so I looked the picture up and this popped up. I was like, what in the hell is this? It was on Reddit. And one of the comments or the poster says, pay attention to the ceiling here. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh my God. Holy shite storm. What in the hell? No, there's no ceiling fan in this room. No, it doesn't have the crown molding or those type of windows. However, that could just be the entrance to the building, the main corridor. Look at the ceiling. And I'm like, whoa. Okay, that's crazy. So where is this? And I look at it, and this is the address of 500 Queen Road, apartment 41 in Moscow. So I'm like, I got to Google that place. All right, so guess where it takes me? Do you recognize this at all? Do you recognize where we are? Do you see anything familiar? Anybody recognize like this place where if we were, I don't think we can go up in here or get any closer, but if we could, you could be up in there, right in there where the cops were looking at all that stuff. Hey, Writing Solo. Hey, Natural Healing, Lee McKenna, Interior Family Studios. Kara, hello, Jersey Gal. Second String Tap Lover Channel, welcome. Okay, you guys. So, I was like, that is so crazy. And there's Sigma Chi, right? Okay. Anyway, here we go. So that was like crazy as could be. But then somebody else thought of it. And I was like, what? What? Hello, help me. My brain is gonna explode. So they thought of it too. And they were like, look closely at the mouse. You will see the tooth. And I'm like, yeah, dealing with that tooth, right? So, let's get this bigger. And I'm going to leave it muted because I cannot get a copyright strike. It is not cool. Let me see if I can bring that. I think I could get it even a little bigger. Can I? 400? Can we 400 it? Oh, that's about it. Do you see the tooth, y'all? Do you see the tooth? Oh my God. I'm like, God bless America and all, but live here. That looks like Dylan's tooth. Hey, Dixie Bishop, perfect timing, lovely. Lee McKenna, do you see the tooth? Susan, y'all see the tooth? Right here. Tooth. Right here. Tooth. Look at that little weird gap. Look at the little weird gap. Look at the little pouty lips. Look at them eyes. Look at the shapes. Look at the eyes. Now forget the makeup. She goes very slant. It's almost like a straight line. If you were to color her eyes in, it would be a very narrow slit. And look at that. I'm like, what? Hi, I am McCourt, and thank you for joining us. Yeah. I'm just going to let you look at that for a minute. You don't think the eyes are the same, Jersey? And they may not be. I was just like, I got to show you guys what I'm seeing. All right. Let's get into this. Let's get into the real stuff. So those are the little, like, boom, 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 all in a row. Take a deep breath, you guys. Yes, Lee, the hooded eyes. She's got them too. All right. I need you guys to get comfortable. Pull up a warm and cozy place to sit. Get your thinking caps on, your favorite drink, your favorite snack. I'm about to take you to a place you will not be able to return from. You will have a new perspective and a great deal more of understanding of this case when we are done, much as I do now after learning what this rabbit hole took me down. So all of that was like hearsay, what do you think? This is report after report after report that is going to link up with all the receipts. You can check it yourself. Some of it comes from you by themselves. And I'm about to blow this shit sky high. Truth's coming out now. All kinds of little dirty secrets. So I was thinking about Adam. I was thinking about the sports. And I was thinking about Maddie telling him something and then they're dead. And I'm like, could sports have something to do with it? Because we have the brat fight with Xana and Ethan allegedly about steroids and drug use, right? And that would be because these people are big time sports people. And I was like, okay, guess what? Let's just take a breather real quick. Let's do a icebreaker. I have to laugh. Poor her. She tried to do us live, right? They'll figure it out. We can watch it on Sunday. Did I get the email on the car? No, Susan, not yet, love. When was that posted? Holly Hill, when was what posted? Are we going back? This was posted. How do we do it? Does it tell me when this was posted? I'll go way down. December 24th, 2022. Christmas Eve of that year. Attention Generation is the channel. Okay. Are you ready? Give me a 1 if y'all are ready to literally start understanding the bigger picture of what was at risk and how much of a motive the University of Idaho may have had to cover this up, to completely cover it. Because this gets serious. All right. Everybody ready? Hi, Karen Guy, my beautiful. Oh, Dixie, I didn't get it. Make sure you got that. Rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. Don't miss the 2005. Okay, everybody's got a 1. University of Idaho. I almost said Indiana. I don't know why. University of Idaho. President Scott Green. Now, keep in mind, this just came out this past December. All right? He's wrote a book. President Scott Green. Let's call him by his real name. Cummer Scott Green he has co-authored a book about leadership through crisis. University of Idaho President Scott Green's approach to leading the school through 3 major crises. Three? Okay. Is outlined in University President's Crisis Handbook. This book will be available at booksellers nationwide Thursday, December 7th. He's literally making money off the victims' deaths while crushing their house. Okay. All right. You make me sick, but let's go. Green and co-author Temple Kenyon. Don't forget that name. That'll be important, I'm sure, in the future. Temple Kenyon. What a name. A fellow Vandal alumni, will be signing copies of their book at noon Pacific time, Thursday, December 7th, at the Vandal store, 710 Deacon. So now we got a Temple and a Deacon Avenue, at 5:30 Mountain Time, Monday, December 11th. A year and a month. Okay. In the Legacy Point Room at the Idaho Water Center. Okay. University President's Crisis Handbook tells the story of how an industry outsider led his alma mater through deep budget deficits, COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. All right. I follow you there. And a tragic crime against 4 U of I students. Green shares how the university achieved financial solvency, set records for enrollment, research awards, and fundraising, and continues to support a community that is still healing. Yeah. I just can't believe we're in this world. All right, continue further. I was like, all right, we got Judge John. I want to do his reading on Friday. I was going to do it tonight, but I don't know how long this is going to take. And I don't want to be pushed for time. And I feel like your mind is going to be overloaded. So we're going to do one thing at a time. So we're talking about Judge John C. Judge, who has been the Latah County Magistrate since October 1st, 2008. Prior to his appointment to the bench, he enjoyed private practice in Moscow for 24 years with Landek Westberg, Judge, and Graham. He graduated, are you listening? From the University of Idaho College of Law in 1984. Let's just highlight that. In 1984. Don't forget that date. And has been active throughout his career in speaking to law students and serving in organizations devoted to the administration of justice, ethics, and the rule of law, including 2 terms as president of the Ray McNichols American Inn of Court. He currently serves on the Idaho State Tribal Court Forum, the Idaho Supreme Court Guardianship, Conservationship Committee, the Magistrate Standard Forms and Practices Committee, the Child Support Guidelines Committee, and the 2nd District Magistrate Commission. Judge loves his work, his family, and his wife, most likely in that order. I'm not saying that's true. When he is not working, he is playing outside. Just playing outside. He was appointed to serve as an adjunct member of the Judicial Council on July 1st, 2016. Okay? But all I care about right now is the fact that he went to the University of Idaho, and he's a judge that's going to be ruling in the IDAHO4 Kohlberger case. So he went to Idaho, too. And 24 years he was in Moscow practicing. Where are his loyalties with at this point, right? Okay, here we go. Let's look at Cummer Scott Green. All right. Cummer Scott Green is an American businessman. Now remember, this is president of the University of Idaho and academic administrator serving as the 19th president of the University of Idaho in Moscow. Green took office in July 2019 and has been characterized as non-traditional choice for the role. He has neither a doctrine nor a background in higher education. He was born in Moscow, Idaho. Green moved with his family to Boise in 1969 and graduated from Boise High School in 1980. He earned his bachelor's degree in accounting in what year? Let's grab that. What year did I ask you to remember about Judge graduating from the University of Idaho? Yeah. They graduated together in 1984 from the same college in little old Moscow. So Judge and this college dean, Mr. Green, are alma maters. Right. Gotcha. Ooh. Let's go back over to this. And let's get down in here. We're going to jump back to the page of Adam, and let's talk about these frats and this alma mater and all this good stuff, and let's figure this out. So they love trophies, right? That's what you get when you play sports. Just saying, we're proud of our cabinet for the 2023 term, full of men who bring passion, dedication, and drive to make a difference. Fantastic. Great. Oh, boy. Guess who's got the dean's list? I do. Well, that's for another day. But what I do want you to look at is right over here. I find this interesting. Adam actually is in a sorority that is on Elm Street. So, hypothetically, if he's the bushy-eyed guy we're looking for, you know, not extremely muscular, but very athletic. Oh, yeah. Bushy-eyed-browed. He happens to live on Elm Street. Okay, let's continue. That's not what I wanted to show you. Just thought I'd bring that out there. Okay. We're getting there. We gotta scroll till we get to the good stuff, you know. There's when they pick their sweetheart. And these are important people to them. And there's their sports. Okay, and that's a few. Okay, this is somebody that they've done a cause for called Max's Mental Health. Thought that was interesting. This is their class presidents, y'all. Vice president and president of something, and they look so big. All right, where are we? I'm not wasting your time, I promise. Is this it? Yeah. They're talking about their initiations. The Gamma chapter is excited to announce that we initiated 25 freshmen into our brotherhood this weekend. Y'all, I feel like I'm talking about the KKK or something. This is the second straight year that our chapter had a 100% retention rate from bid day to initiation day. We cannot wait to see how these young men contribute to our chapter in the future. That's what I wanted to show you. So let's go back over here. Let's get on to Judge Judge. So Judge Judge graduated in 1984, as well as did Cummer Scott Green University of Idaho president. And the school just crushed the House before trial. And we have a judge that's denying Brian Kohlberger everything. And I know some of you are like, no, not everything. Let me see what he's approved. Okay, let's continue. Oh, was it this one? Yeah, here. Okay. So we discovered last time that this Dean Green is also trying to go about buying another university, the University of Phoenix, an online college. He's trying to purchase it very underhandedly, coming at it as if he's a non-profit organization, which has caused depositions and all kinds of stuff because it was all done on closed doors. Oh boy, am I about to bring some stuff out here. So that's real important. So I was like, what about the prosecutor, Bill Thompson? Watauga County prosecutor, right? Well, let's find out where he graduated and when and all that good stuff. So Bill Thompson graduated from where? You got it, University of Idaho College of Law in 1980, so 4 years before. And after 12 years in private practice, was elected, excuse me, I'm choking on the bullshit. Okay, was elected Watauga County Prosecutor in 1992, a position he continues to hold. He served on the Idaho Prosecuting Attorneys Association Board of Directors from 1998 through 2003, and as president in 1999 and 2002. Bill has also served on the Idaho Juvenile Justice Commission since 2002, and more recently, the Idaho Criminal Justice Commission's Public Defense Subcommittee. 2011, Bill was awarded the Idaho Association of Counties H. Sidney Duncombe Award for Excellence in County Government. In 2014, Bill was elected to the Idaho Association of Counties Executive Committee and has served as Secretary-Treasurer, Vice President, and President of that association. Well, doesn't he like to wear some hats? Bill has been also honored with a 2017 Idaho State Bar Professional Award. In addition to overseeing both the criminal prosecution and civil legal functions of the Watauga County Prosecutor's Office, Bill has assisted other jurisdictions, such as Special Prosecutor, and regularly provides training and advice to elected officials, law enforcement, and other prosecutors in a variety of topics, including ethics, new statutes, case law, trial, and investigation skills, interagency cooperation, and risk management. Are you effing kidding me? If he's the one that trained these people to investigate, God help us all. Amen to that. All right, so now you know who he is. And guess what? Yep, prosecution, judge, and the dean of the college, all same alma mater. Okay, here's where we start understanding what sports and, well, let's just say, could be Adam. He's got that degree. Maddie told Adam everything. And if it was about steroids and there was any type of blow up about how they get their championships, this is how it went down. But that's if. This is all hypothetical and theory. I'll let you make up your own theory after you find out all this. So, this, my lovelies, is from 2018. It's sexual assault accusations against University Idaho Student Athlete Services. So it starts off that this is the story. Moscow, Idaho Police Department says a University of Idaho student athlete was accused of sexual assault last year. So let's back up. Would have been 2017. Contradicting a statement by the athletic director, that his department had not had any recent issues with sexual assault. All right, let's continue. The Moscow Pullman Daily News reports a woman filed a report with Moscow Police Department alleging that she was sexually assaulted by a student athlete in November. Same month, only many years difference, right? Captain Tyson Barrett says he informed the Office of the Dean of Students and Athletic Director Rob Spear of the report. The police department says they investigated the case and forwarded it to the Latah County Prosecutor's Office, which declined to file charges. Boom. Why would the prosecutor's office, let's go back here, Bill Thompson, why would you, being that it got the dean fired because it was all true, why did you decline to file charges if sexual assault charges are alleged? Why did you not do that? Are you in lieu of the school? Because if you are, you're sitting, oh, I'm spitting, I'm so mad. You're sitting in the prosecution against Brian Kohlberger. And if you're all for that college, and you're willing to deny a victim justice, what in the actual F are you doing with all these acclimates and association of the county and all your bullshit? Let's get back into the story. Makes me so mad. The police department says they investigated the case and forwarded it to the Latah County Prosecutor's Office, which declined to file charges. Okay, let's continue. Spears' lawyer declined to comment on the November allegations, citing an instruction from the university's general counsel not to speak on the case. Well, bull, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Let's dig into it. UI says alert about, okay, wait. This turns out, I don't know where that page went. Hold on. Nope, that's the next one. That's the next one. Oh, yeah. Okay, I lost a page. I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to do your own research. Ends up being 6 women. 6 women of sexual assault. And guess what? Rob Spear, gone. He gets canned. Boom, gone. Guess what? So does the dean. Gone. Guess why we had to hire Idaho had to hire a new president? Because they all got fired over these 6 complaints that turned out to be true. And these women had made complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint, and nothing was getting done. So they filed police reports. And when they did, boom. The police do their job. They handed it over to the prosecution, and the prosecution declined. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, let's continue. Next, this is going to blow your mind. Like I said, get ready. It's going to be one story after another. When I put out a title, it is not clickbait. All right, let me grab a drink. We're going to wet our whistle. This is going to blow your mind. When I tell y'all my rubber ducky's coming out, you have no idea what I mean. When I dig, this was overnight. This is what I all dug up last night. Why have we not been seeing this before me? So I feel like I have a place to fill here, and I'm going to bring out as much info as I can until I hit a dead end. But let me pause, wet my whistle. Hold on. Okay. UI, University of Idaho, says alert about Professor Denise Bennett was specific due to safety concerns about student protest. This is dated of 2019. So this is after the 6 sexual assault accusations and all that. Everybody gets fired. All that kind of stuff. The guy got suspended for sexually assaulting the women. Got suspended. He just went to another college. All right. Here we go. January 30th, 2019. Moscow, Idaho. The University of Idaho sent out an email on Thursday explaining it. Now I want you to look at this girl's face. Do I have it muted? I wonder if I'll get a copyright strike. I better mute it. We're going to mute it, and I'm going to get to her face. Okay, I can't. Shoot, because it takes me to... Oh, shoot. No. It's running an ad. Okay. Well, it's muted. I can't get a copyright strike. I don't think. I'm hiding it. All right. Let me scroll ahead. I want you to see. Denise Bennett has been barred from Moscow campus. Recent admittance to police of meth use and access to firearms. Look at this woman, y'all. Look at this woman. Does she look like she's a meth head? Does she look like she is hiding firearms or going to use firearms? No. No. Nay. She actually went into a tussle with all of the administration because she was challenging them as to where the damn grants and funds are really going. And so they accused her that very same week of meth and firearms, which she was never charged, and the police said they didn't find anything. Okay, listen to this. Moscow, Idaho. The University of Idaho sent out an email on Thursday explaining why they sent out such a specific alert Wednesday regarding a professor barred from campus. The university sent in an email on Thursday to faculty, staff, and students that the alert contained such specific information because of the communication Professor Denise Bennett's conduct, information from police, and uncertainty surrounding whether or not Bennett would attend the student protest Wednesday. Guess what that student protest is? To save her job, because they know they were helping to question where is the money going as students. And they were all being backed because she was their spokeswoman. And so, yeah, the students really tried hard to go for her. The full alert read, here's the vandals alert, you guys. Denise Bennett has been barred from Moscow campus. Recent admittance to police of meth use and access to firearms. If seen on campus, call 911. Bennett was placed on administrative leave effective on the evening of January 24th after speaking out about the handling of University of Idaho grant funding, according to the Moscow Pullman Daily News. Notice how Moscow and Pullman have the same newspaper? That's because they're so close in towns. Okay? That's why Brian's pinging all over. All right. According to a Facebook event, students believe the university demonstrated a lack of interest over what the students have to say about this. So, see, they petitioned their teacher. She went up against the board. Here we go. The Facebook event said students met a teaching learning center 47 at 6 p.m. Then they marched to the administration office along with multiple students. Bennett's husband, Brad Jensen, participated in the walkout. He called the university's accusation about Bennett's use of meth ludicrous and said the university is attempting to railroad his wife. It makes me ashamed to be an alumni of the University of Idaho, Jensen said. There's her husband. Good old farmer guy. Statements from the students and the University of Idaho. The university sent out an email to faculty, students, and staff Thursday morning with an update on the situation, reading in part. The university's alert contains specific information about Miss Bennett, which may have seemed an unusual level of detail for such a communication. Mrs. Bennett's public conduct in recent days and information we received from law enforcement raised concerns about the safety of our campus community. Knowledge that students would gather at noon in the administration building to protest the university's actions and uncertainty around Miss Bennett's whereabouts and whether she would attend the protest increased the seriousness of these concerns to a level which gave rise to the alert. We believe the situation to be very serious and the information relevant and important to convey the reality of our concerns to the community. Right? Oh, it's not done. Here we go. As you all engage in your campus work and classroom responsibilities, your diligence and awareness of your surroundings are appreciated as we continue to address issues related to campus safety, concerns, and administrative leave. Ms. Bennett remains banned from the Moscow campus. This will be enforced by law enforcement. If you see her on campus, please contact the Moscow Police Department at 911 in situations which cause concern for the safety. Oh, wait, and I want to tell you, all this is being said by the same woman that gave us the spill when the house was being torn down as a spokeswoman for U of I. In situations which cause concern for the safety and the well-being of our students, faculty and staff, a diverse team of university experts come together to assess the situation, share information, and develop an action plan. This group makes a recommendation to the president. Who's the president, you guys? Scott Green, who then decides, and at this point he wasn't, it was Stabin was his name. So the time at this was taking place was Stabin, who then decides which course of action the university will take. In this case, such a group met to thoroughly consider how to manage this difficult situation, made the recommendation to the president that we have communicated very specifically and directly to our university community, and the president supported that recommendation. Yeah. All right. Students with Reinstate Denise released a statement Wednesday evening saying, in part, and this is beautiful, the University of Idaho has grossly mishandled their suspension of Associated Professor Denise Bennett. Events over the last week have been detrimental to students and our education, and they have shown a pattern of administrative incompetence by the university. The actions that led to Bennett's suspension were an escalation on her part to get the administration attention after their repeated failure to address her concerns via more official channels. She was informed of her suspension on Thursday. It then took the university until Tuesday to actually get her the formal letter and to inform students about the status of their classes mere hours before they were scheduled. Hours before today's scheduled sit-in at the class offices, an emergency vandal alert was sent out under the direction of President Chuck Stabin. Denise Bennett has been barred from Moscow campus. Recent admittance to police of meth use and access to firearms. If seen on campus, call 911. Yet, no, she never had any charges. We'd like to suggest the use of the word admission. What the hell is that about? Anyway, you can go on to research this yourself. It's on Crim too. And Denise Bennett. All right. Next story. This is gonna be a long one, but fighting press and losing. A dispute over how to punish a fraternity ends with the resignation of the dean of students. Is this a pattern? Where'd I hear that word? Pattern? Okay, let's look. University of Idaho, Phi Gamma Delta. Tensions between University of Idaho administrators and fraternity and the chapter alumni have ended with the university's dean of students suddenly announcing his resignation after less than 3 months on the job. 3 months! Just prior to the announcement, sanctions brought against the fraternity over hazing allegations were dropped. Boom. I no longer believe this is an environment where I can work on issues of student safety, Craig Chatrind, the dean of students, said. The safety of our students is the primary concern of the dean of students office, and not being able to address concerns through our already established policies and agreements takes away the effectiveness of what this office can do. and poop. He left. Why? Let's find out. I'd leave too. I wouldn't want to be a part of this shit. In the last year, several colleges and universities have made serious attempts to rein in negative brat behavior. Punishing brats can be a messy process, however, placing student affairs employees in the crosshairs of Greek organizations and their powerful alumni. In some cases, to lose such a battle also means it's time to find a new job. In September, Clemens University suspended all fraternity activity after a sophomore fell from a bridge to his death during what his parents believed to have been a hazing ritual. Just before winter break, the official who pushed for that decision, Gail DiSabattino, the university's well-respected vice president of student affairs, was suddenly replaced without explanation. In response to her departure, fraternity members on campus sang, "Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead." Wow. Children of the corn, children of the corn. When Clemson previously discussed a ban of fraternity and sorority social activities in 2010, Greek alumni emailed the university saying such a suspension would jeopardize the donations to the university. And I'm just going to add on there my own 2 cents from mom and daddy's pockets. Some faculty and students had speculated that similar threats had been made, leading to DiSabatto's departure. But Robin Denny, Clemson's director of media relations, said to those comments, "It was unfortunate and uninformed." Greek alumni at Idaho have made similar threats over recent proposals to require first-year students to live in resident halls rather than the Greek houses. Kevin Kruger, president of NASPA, Student Affairs Administration and Higher Education, said making these kinds of unpopular decisions put student affairs employees right in the firing line. No one's out to get the fraternities, but administrators are doing what they think is best for the students, Kruger said. There continues to increasingly be very low tolerance for chapters that aren't able to conform to policy. At the same time, you're absolutely going to get phone calls from alumni. It's very politicized, I can't even say that word, environment. My hope is that campuses are doing the right thing for students and not bending to the interest of a single group of alumni who may be opposed. Catherine Aiken says the University of Idaho's provost and vice president said the university does not place alumni interests ahead of the safety of students. Well, wait a minute. You did, though. Because, see, you had 6 females that for months and months were accusing the same individual, 6 different women, of allegedly sexually assaulting them. And that student was literally suspended for this behavior. There was a coach that's fired. The whole team was affected. And then the dean was fired. And you ignored the safety of all the women. So, you're full of shit. With houses that are privately owned and located off campus, Idaho fraternities, like many across the country, are notoriously difficult to police. One university official described them as holding tremendous power, and they have experienced a number of tragedies, controversies, and lawsuits in the recent years. Within weeks of each other in 2009, 2 students were seriously injured in falls from upper-story fraternity windows. It happened again at another Idaho fraternity in 2011 and again in 2012. A student celebrating his 21st birthday in 2010 took at least 15 shots in less than 3 hours and died of alcohol poisoning in his fraternity house. In 2013, a freshman wandered away from his fraternity party and froze to death under a bridge. Later that year, a University of Idaho student was sentenced to 15 years prison for raping another student in the bushes behind a fraternity house as the party continued inside. In February, the Dean of Students' office found the fraternity Phi Gamma Delta to be in violation of the university's hazing policies. The fraternity quickly agreed to accept the sanctions proposed by the office. As part of the agreement, freshman members were no longer allowed to live in the house, and the chapter was put on probation for 3 years. At Idaho, Greek organizations accused of violating university rules have the choice of having their case heard by the Greek Community Standards Board or simply having the Dean of Students decide the sanctions. What about the police, y'all? I mean, it's a crime, right? So you have a choice. What about calling 911 and not waiting 8 hours? Phi Gamma Delta originally agreed to the latter, but the fraternity later changed its mind and asked instead for the case to be heard by the Greek Community Standards Board, a panel that is comprised nearly entirely of Greek students and alumni. The Standards Board rarely decides cases as serious as hazing, university officials said, but after fraternity members said they thought the original process was unfair, Phi Gamma Delta was allowed to withdraw its acceptance of the sanctions. There are no rules saying hazing allegations cannot be handled by their own board. So I will let you continue to read this. Gives you the idea. But John Bradbury, the lawyer of the fraternity, also denied that the fraternity's alumni had any outsized influence on how the university will sanction the chapter. Yeah, Bradbury says, the alumni don't run the university. The rules run the university. Well, we know that's not true. Okay, here we go. Next. Are you ready? Boom, here we go. Here we go. Discrimination lawsuit against the University of Idaho will get its day in trial. So I have been walking you up from 2000, what was it? 17? We're only at 2019? All this shit's going on at once, and I haven't even told you about the University of Phoenix. We haven't even talked about the IDAHO4. Let's get into this. Discrimination lawsuit against University of Idaho will get its day in court, or day in trial. The University of Idaho College of Law professor sued the university over discrimination in 2019. A judge found sufficient evidence to move it forward to trial. Moscow, Idaho. A University of Idaho College of Law professor will get her day in court on October 11th to argue she was unfairly discriminated against by deans in the school after a judge said the court found sufficient evidence to raise the issue of alleged discrimination. Shakira Sanders was hired to teach at the College of Law in 2011, becoming the first black woman and the second person of color to achieve becoming a full professor at the College of Law. Okay. This is written in look. This was updated in 2022. Y'all, are you telling me in the last 3 years is the first time they've had a black full-time professor, let alone a woman, at that school? Well, let's find out why. Okay. In a July 20th ruling, U.S. District Judge B. Lynn Windmill said Sanders was able to move forward with her lawsuit to trial and pursue individual action against an interim dean for discrimination and retaliation. Sanders will now be able to sue former interim dean Gerald Long and former dean Mark Adams in their individual capacities. In a summary judgment, the court said they found plenty of evidence that was more than sufficient to raise a genuine issue of material fact as to whether Sanders was subjected to race and or gender bias hostile work environment. The evidence the court has referred to includes what was provided during the discovery period and presented in the statement of facts. The statement alleges Long's attitude toward diversity and bias issues, derogatory responses to Sanders bringing forth the issues, unknowingly record Sanders during certain occasions, calling her a bitch, negatively rating her performances, not interfering with students using racial slurs in class, and laughing at the recounting of an incident that showed a student who had used the Nazi salute and shouted, "Hail Hitler." Are you proud to be a vandal, you guys? Let's hear it for vandals. Additionally, it said a couple investigations were opened into Sanders by the University Office of Civil Rights and Investigations, but they were not found to contain sufficient evidence to move forward. She was never given a raise, denied promotions, and retaliated against for bringing up diverse issues, the complaint says. The statement says Sanders now makes $7,534.80, less than her white male counterparts who retain the same exact credentials. Well, you guys, looky here. Black female University of Idaho law professor settles by a suit. You damn right she did. She got $750,000 from one of them because she won. Well, they settled out of court to save their name, right? Let's continue. Lawyering up. U of I racks up nearly $200,000 in unexplained legal bills of April 2023. Unexplained legal bills. Hidden in the black. Hidden in the black, you guys. Guess what? They lawyered up right at the same time that they were trying to buy, well, let's just say, pretend to be a nonprofit organization. So they lawyered up. The University of Idaho has paid Boise law firm nearly $200,000 so far this year in 2023 with no explanation. However, it appears that much of Holly Troxell's work stems from the U of I's controversial bid to buy the University of Phoenix. In response to an Idaho Education News public records request, the U of I released a series of heavily redacted invoices from Holly Troxell. Look at that. Heavily redacted. Do you see the black? I didn't do it. You can see the dates they got the service, and you can see they owe that right there, $12,555. And it says, however, it appears that much, okay, we did that. In response to an Idaho Education News public records request, right? Claiming attorney-client privilege, the university blacked out nearly the entire invoice, including the descriptions of legal work, itemized billing, and even the hourly rates of the attorneys who performed work on behalf of the public university. The U of I released little more than the bottom line, which totaled $196,343.60 for the first half of the year 2023. The cost breakdown is as follows. Strategic Alliance. The firm has received $156,145.10 for legal services supporting a, quote, strategic alliance. The alliance is unexplained, but the invoices suggest a connection to the Phoenix purchase. The invoices began to pick up in March, weeks after U of I and the State Board of Education officials began quietly discussing a Phoenix purchase. And the university racked up nearly $79,000 in strategic alliance-related legal bills just in the month of May, when the U of I went public with its $685 million plan to acquire Phoenix, and the state board approved the plan to buy the for-profit online giant. Public records since May 1st. Holly Troxell has received $11,877.50 for reviewing public records requests to the U of I. This could be related to what the U of I has called an uptick in records requests since its proposed Phoenix purchase went public. Quote, we have a number of requests relating to the University of Phoenix matter and must now review voluminous amount of material with a staff already stretched very thin. U of I Acting General Counsel Kent Nelson said in a June 19 email to Ed News. Quote, I have found it necessary to hire outside counsel who have joined in the review. Open meetings issues. Of all these legal bills totaling $28,000 were incurred after June 20th. That's the date when Attorney General Royale Labrador filed a lawsuit saying the state board's closed-door discussions of the Phoenix purchase violated open meetings law. In other words, it broke the law, you guys. The lawsuit did not name the U of I as a defendant. While Holly Toxwell's legal bills remain shrouded in secrecy, the firm's connection to Phoenix purchase has been very well established. The university hired Holly Toxwell to review the purchase before seeking state board approval, former board president Kurt Leibich wrote in May, and a U of I frequently asked questions page on the purchase links. You can follow it. And I could go on and on and on, but I'm just letting you know, we got more problems. We got more problems. We're now up to 2024, and guess what? They're about to have the shit hit the fan at the U of I in Moscow again. And I'll be damned, it's the same pattern. It's the sports. It's abuse. It's the coach. Only this gets ridiculous. Listen to this. Idaho expands investigation of volleyball coach Chris Gonsalves. Now, I didn't say Gonsalves. I said Gonsalves. The university said Gonsalves is cooperating with the investigation. No time frame has been set for the probe's completion. Oh boy, here we go. Here he is, by the way. Okay. And this is the last thing I'm going to share with you, so that I'm going to read. But before I read it, I want you to think of the pattern. Sports. Adamson's sports. He's like in big time sports. That's his career. That's his life. That is why he's going to Idaho. Sports. We have the Sigma Chi fight. Maybe it's Sigma Chi. It actually could have been a different brat. We don't know for sure. But allegedly it's over steroids, which would affect what? Sports, right? Where does that trickle up the ladder? Where does the sports lead? To the coach and directly to the dean, Scott Green, right? And so, if it turned out that there was steroid use and that's how they're winning their memberships, keep in mind that would destroy them at this point. Okay? So is there a motive? Because what if Maddie was like, Adam, did you hear about the fight? Yeah, I flushed the steroids. I found them. All the ones coming over to buy them? Yeah, we flushed them. I'm just asking. Adam's got bushy eyebrows. Adam's athletically built. Adam is all for his future and protect it. And guess what? He made the big guy for the senior for his frat this year. He's the big senior. And it furthers his career. And he made good memories here. And he's roommates with Jack D, who just broke up with Kaylee. Walking distance from their home. Yeah, you wouldn't need a car, would ya? You be my alibi? I be your alibi. Well, let's see, bar time you get out a little after 3. You're the bartender? A little after 3? Bushy eyebrows. And does he look like that guy in the mask? Because allegedly, there was a snapshot of a guy in a mask that took a picture right near the home and put it on Snapchat, and it didn't stay. But many locals saw it and claim that there was a picture of a guy in a ski mask taking a picture right at around 3:30ish near, like in the yard or near the driveway of 1122. And I wouldn't doubt it. We've got the cops all dressed in black over there. Could they be nothing more than the ones that are literally covering your back while you get the job done? Is that why you're all on special ops black and your car don't look like no cop car? And did you catch some people that could have been witnesses and have to distract them? And that way it proves your officers are on camera at the time of the murder, so they couldn't have been the ones doing it. I'm just asking a lot of questions, but here we go. The University of Idaho spokesperson on Monday said that the school has instructed an outside law firm to investigate the climate and culture within the school's women's volleyball program under head coach Chris Gonzalez, amid allegations that he has routinely physically, verbally, emotionally abused Vandal players. The move follows the December 30th publication of a Southern California News Group report in which 6 Idaho players on the 2023 roster, 3 former players, and a university employee, alleged Gonzalez physically abused and bullied players, pressured injured players to play and train against orders of the school sports medical staff, regularly deprived players of food on road trips, body shame players, made racially insensitive and inappropriate comments to the players, and pressured sports medicine staff to share confidential information about players' weight. The University of Idaho is deeply concerned about the allegations brought by some members of the women's volleyball team against their coach, Chris Gonzalez. The university said in a statement to SCNG Monday night, quote, as a result, an investigation started in November around legal issues. Now, it's 1 year. Started in November of 2023, you guys. 1 year to almost the date, right? For sure the month. Here we go. Started in November around legal issues and has been expanded to include climate and culture concerns. The start of the investigation was delayed at the request of those who filed the complaints in order to finish the season. I don't buy that at all. I just don't. I call bullshit. I do not believe it. Alright, I gotta take my jacket off, you guys. I am boiling. This stuff heats me up. It really does. Alright. An outside investigation team is doing the investigation in which Coach Gonzalez is fully cooperating while they have been asked to expedite the investigation. We also do not want to forego quality for speed. Our goal is to ensure we understand the concerns, act on any findings, and work to rebuild an effective and supportive volleyball culture. In interviews, letters, emails, formal complaints, confidential university documents, and voice recordings of Gonzalez. Did you hear me? Voice recordings of Gonzalez, athletic director Terry Golick, and other athletic department and university administration officers. The players allege that Gonzalez, a longtime fixture of the Southern California volleyball scene and once considered one of the college's game-raising coaching stars, has created an environment where he targets specific players for almost daily bullying and even physical abuse, where players suffer dozens of avoidable injuries and overtraining, or because he ignored the instructions from doctors, trainers, and sports biometrics experts. Withheld food from the team to a point where all 9 current and former players said they were constantly hungry and routinely played and practiced while feeling lightheaded and dizzy, suffered tunnel vision, and often felt that they were on the verge of pass out or blackout. Through many abusive behaviors, Coach Gonzalez and his staff perpetuated a culture of harassment, bullying, and belittling. The current Idaho starter wrote on behalf of her teammates in a formal complaint to the university obtained by SCNG. Emails Interviews, letters, confidential university documents, and recordings also show that players, their parents, and at least 3 university employees have repeatedly complained and raised concerns about Gonzalez's coaching methods and alleged abuse behavior to Golick, university administration officials, and to the school's Office of Civil Rights and Investigations. At least 13 players have complained to Golick and other university officials, according to player interviews, formal complaints, and confidential university documents. So he goes on to do some pretty rough shit. I'm not going to read it all. Talks about very sling things, picking on a girl named Anna, slamming her down, pushing her down, physically abusing her, mentally abusing her, starving people, and it is going to be slowly investigated. There you go. So, I'm worn out. That's what I have for you. And I ask you, what was U of I protecting that night? Why are they tearing down the house before there's even a trial? And were they really looking for a patsy? Let's go back over to this little post. Let's see it. We'll end this. And then I will come over for about 10 minutes of just talking to you guys a little bit. And I'm glad you guys are handling this. If we're getting trolled, it's because we're striking some nerves, right? Y'all, calm down. Do not respond to the troll. Do not answer a troll. Do not post to a troll. That's what they want. Just ignore them. Let the mods do their job and stay focused. The trolls are here to get you distracted from what I'm telling you about. That's their job. They want to come in and they want to make sure that you're not paying attention to what I'm sharing. So if you are falling for it, stop it. That means I'm hitting a nail. It's kind of like, if you can smell the coffee brewing, there's probably some percolating. If you can smell a troll, I'm hitting a nerve, okay? So I did this in one night, you guys. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying, I'm challenging you guys. Stop showing me the same damn thing on these reveal channels and so forth. Dig deep if you're going to do it, because otherwise I'm going to come on here and I'm going to help, because I want to get to the real meat of it and I want to get the real justice. And the truth is that the University of Idaho has a lot of dirty little secrets. That's a fact. A lot of them stem from their huge of them, many of them patternly come out of their sports department. Okay? Many of them. We have an alleged fight that could have been taken very seriously by some of these coaches and staff, getting the word back to the dean. And then you got Maddie telling Adam, who's all up for, he's got a senior year coming up in 2023. It's all going to be all about sports. So, does the University of Idaho have a motive to just find Brian guilty? Because, I'm like kind of with Sage here. This was only 3 weeks after it, and we didn't have no patsy at that time. We had, they're going to do their best. They're going to find the guy. Ellie's going to find the guy, right? And this person put, a guy I know on the inside told me the other day, they know who the killer is, but his parents, all right? So right there, it is a college student, okay? But his parents are connected to someone. So they won't arrest him. They're looking for a patsy. Dum dum dum! Who done it? So that's what I have with you guys. I enjoy this a lot more than just sitting around and talking the whole time. Even though that's what I did, at least I was giving valuable information. So I'm going to continue to do this with our members section. And if you're liking this, I would greatly love to hear that, your feedback. If you want me to go back to where I'm just reading comments and we just kind of hypothetically talk about things, we can. But I really feel like we need to continue digging. And I've got my rubber ducky hat on. This is the kind of research I used to do all the time. I did it for years, and it really does. I mean, you have to have people that are willing to go that deep with you, that are willing to tune in and really understand that a pattern. It's kind of like, you're not going to be able to get a DNA hit if you don't look at the pattern. That's DNA. It's a pattern, a repetitive pattern. Well, the DNA is also written in the history of the school. And in this history, it connects a link after link after link after link, okay? We've got prejudice, extreme. The first black teacher, and we're in 2019? Are you effing kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? And the first female black teacher, to say the least. Jeff, 11 months. I love you too. He says he loves us all. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring out for you guys. Hi, Jennifer Malapin. I had a dream someone came forward to bring evidence against BK and ended up incriminating himself and was arrested. Woo! Woo! 11 months. I love it when, Jeff, like you're 11 months. 11 is such a beautiful number, isn't it? Right, Jujubee says, and some basics of how and where likely will fall into. Right. Virgo 22, 7 months as a starlight. You guys are so cool. Thank you. I so appreciate you as starlights. You guys are incredible. I'm looking to see if you guys want me to share anything. Ralph Jones, hello. You say, they didn't tear the house down before trial. That point me straight to them. They did tear the house down before trial. That pointed me straight to them. Follow the money. Thank you, Ralph Jones. I agree with you. Ex-Con's thoughts with A.R. Hayes. Oh my God! Hello, my lovely. Y'all go check out his channel. That is so cool. Thank you for dropping by. And great to see you. Oh, I just shook my table. I wanted to get this all out of my head. And, it's been sitting on my desktop. Like, I set up to probably midnight. I started at probably around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I took a break, ate supper, and I kept falling deeper and deeper in the rabbit hole. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, in the past, I've learned to screenshot everything and save the addresses, because as soon as I show you all this, anything that they don't want to continue, they will literally black it out, change the address, all that kind of stuff. You can't get to it and stuff in the future. And so you have to grab the stories and share them like I just did, because if you don't show the screen when they delete it, it's gone. You have no proof of what you were talking about. It gets frustrating. Debbie Gazzato says, what a fascinating video, Mama D. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for subbing to me, Ex-Cons. Ex-Cons thoughts. I appreciate you. I do watch your videos too. Yes, Interior Family Studios knows from my RD days, we learn the hard way, stuff disappears. Yes, CA Beth Borden, you are correct. You are correct. All right, my lovelies, we have been on here. Jujubees, you are incredible, lovely. I think you are the one incredible. Blessing me, I love you. I'm here to greet you, sweetheart. I do miss Marie. Yes, I do. Did you get the email on the car at the demolition of the house? I think I did. I saw it go by. But I had seen it because I watched Jules of All Trades, too, because I love her. I think she's just a smart kiddo. I say kiddo because she's so young, but she's brilliant. She's smart, wise beyond her years. Ralph Jones, why do you think the toxicology wasn't done? If they was Drew, you know what? Oh, I see what you're saying. If it was DRUG, you know that would show up. Yeah, you could be right. Ex-Con Thought says this channel, I can already tell, is amazing. Show some love and hit that like button. Well, I'll tell you, Ex-Con, we are very much after the truth. We are very loving. We are very kind. And we don't mess around. Dixie Bishop gifted one. Dixie, you're so sweet. Dixie Bishop gifted a membership, and I want to say thank you, Dixie. And C.A. Bevanporton, thank you for joining us. You guys, it's time for the goat. Are you ready? We just had to get that out of my system. This case totally frustrates me. It just gets under my skin, and I'm like, okay, Mama D gonna dig into some stuff. I do kind of want to say that is weird that the ceiling is wooden in the mask picture. And then, let's see, where does it take us? Yeah, look at the ceiling, right? And then we get this, and then it takes us to this apartment. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. You guys, we had a huge amount of people in our chat tonight. That's good. That's good. Yeah, this is where my strongest is in research. But after I researched the Avery case to the point I had beat it like a rug, I just got exhausted. I needed a mental break. But this is by far one of my stronger suits, is deep diving and connecting these people to understand the root scenario of what their motive could be, right? J.R. Fallon, you are not wrong. You are right. Yep. J.R. Fallon says the non-profit attempt is a clue, right? Yeah. So at first, he goes about it underhanded. He hires this lawyer, right? All these people, and that's why they got $200,000 worth of bills, because they're trying to establish a non-profit angle to acquire the college without having to put money down on it, in a sense, to get it as a non-profit. But that doesn't work. He ends up having to buy it. And so they claim the Arkansas Razorbacks are bidding for this college too. But it turns out Arkansas is like, we looked at the idea for a hot minute, but we didn't really, follow through. And so there are no other bidders. He got it. And it's like, oh my God, it's all in, excuse me. I had a cough. I'll grab a drink. It's all about, them in depositions now. They have a huge, huge attorney general lawsuit. All right, my lovely. Hey, Jennifer McLaughlin. Good to see ya. Bing, bang. Cara, I love you to the moon and back, too. Dreamweaver says, awesome group of I said perps. I meant peeps. Are you a perpetrator? Are you? Of cookies? Deception Demantled. Thank you. She says your reads are strong. I know it does look like, but you do realize where we are, right? You do realize where we are, that this is the house right here. Or no? Am I wrong? I'm getting turned around. Is that it? Let me see if I can get down here. Can I go further? I thought this was a house. I might be wrong, but it's within a block. It's within a block, you guys. Right, Dreamweaver says, I think they are more crooked than the little crooked man in the nursery rhyme. Juju B, show me the money, honey, says Big Mikey. You guys are funny. Ralph Jones says, to law enforcement, we are all considered perps. Right? That's how I feel sometimes. The house has a garage. I know that's not the one. This one is what I'm wondering. If this is it? I don't know. It's very close, but that does look similar. Probably same landlord. I know it's close because this is Queen Road. We could do it. Okay, how would we go to? We might lose what we got. Okay, let's go to, let's try it. I'm going to say King Road because that's what it will come up in the thing. Okay, so yeah, we were right next to the house. It would have been a little further back is all. Little further back, that's all, because it would have been right here. See the two little, here's the Queen Road Apartments here. That's weird. Why is 52 Queen Apartment pinned? Why is that pinned there? I didn't put it. Unit 52 Queen Road. Where does that look like? I want to look at it. This is how I get stuck. This place is closed. Why is there a pin? Very interesting. So right here's the house. Whoops. Should be here. Yeah, that was the Queen Road plot. Yeah, that's it. And then 1122. So let's go back there. So I'm confused as fudge. This could be an old picture. Maybe this is the house. This looks like the house. They may have tore the garage down. No, it says 224. I don't know. That looks awful lot like the house, but it's not. I don't know, y'all. This is the Queen Apartments. I don't know if we should be going down the other way. It won't let me go any further. All right, my brain is fried. Next door. Right. It's close. It's close. Let's go ahead and get the browser off here. I just want to say that is an old pic. That is it. Okay. It's the house. All right, it is. Okay. It had a garage apparently. I don't know why it says 2024. Right. They apparently tore down a garage. All right, let's go look at that again now. Yeah. That probably was before they lived there. That's crazy. And look at the trees. Why did these trees get taken down? Was it so that someone could have a better clear of the house when the sorority girls moved in? Makes me wonder. I love you, Sassy. Did you enjoy this? Oh, you were at your son's basketball game. Awesome. Sassy, you're going to love this. You got the RD back. Right. Nothing's there now. Just empty. I love you guys. I love you to the moon and back. And anything else? That is a ding dong. Okay, my loves. I am exhausted. My mind is fried. We've been on here an hour and a half. That's the longest live I think I've ever done with y'all. Whew. It was worth it though, right? Go back and watch replay for me. Or just let it play and do your housework to help the algorithm. Always appreciate that as well. And with that, my beautifuls, know that, and I'm gonna get this gone, get that gone, and yeah. Hey, Nikki B. You are so welcome, lovelies. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for hitting subscribe, comments, sharing, donating, memberships, buying memberships. You guys are incredible. And I do. I love you to the moon and back. I truly do. Should we do this? Let's do this. Do. Bye for now. I love you to the moon and back.